Do the best you can, Jeeves.
You know I will, madam.
Oh, you're such a comfort. Oh, dear, the lights again. Everything here at Crimson House is so old and worn, even the wiring. Not to mention the plumbing.
I'll call the electrician in the morning, madam.
It's dark, it's cold, it's monstrous and it's weak.
It's dusty and it leaks.
It's monstrous and it's evil, so I'm told. It's drab, it's drear, it crowds and creaks.
It's eerie and creaks.
It's bumps and little squeaks. The roof is slowly crumbling and the chimney's falling down.
Perhaps a new solution. Let's burn it to the ground.
This place is simply wretched. Indeed, I do confess.
It's a blight upon the earth.
A dilapidated mess. Who left the doors open?
I'll attend to them, Mrs. Fitzwilliam.
Mr. Russell wasn't due till morning. It's inconsiderate of these new boys to call at the last moment and change things about.
Yes, Mrs. Fitzwilliam.
That's better. I don't like it when the lights dim. It gives me the creeps.
Shall I get you something, Mrs. Fitzwilliam?
For what?
Your creeps, madam.
Don't be ridiculous. It's drab, it's damp,
It shudders and it shakes.
it sputters and it quakes.
Madam, don't forget assembly time.
Backed up again, drab, it's drear, it's dreary and it's dim.
It's eerie and it's grim. We might as well throw out the welcome mat.
The walls are looking dingy, they could use a coat of paint. The floors are scuffed and weathered.
The skeleton it ain't.
This place is simply morbid. We need a new address.
It's a scourge upon the earth.
A dilapidated mess. This place is simply vile. It's cold.
It's a scab upon the earth.
A dilapidated mess. There is no medication that I know of for the creeps. It's not like having a headache or an anxiety attack.
Quite perceptive, Mrs. Fitzwilliam.
Yoo-hoo! Now who can that be?
It sounds like that strange Miss Strange. Shall I let her in?
Don't be idiotic, Jeeves. She's already in.
Well then, let me go and see how Cook is getting on with dinner.
I'll get rid of my wet things out here in the hallway.
Jeeves,
Yes, madam.
that way leads to the solarium, and that way leads to the dining room and kitchen.
Oh, certainly, madam. You know I have a poor sense of direction.
Any fool knows that, but I put up with it because you're so kind.
Thank you, Mrs. Fitzroy.
Fitzwilliam.
Whatever, madam.
Oh, it's a dark and gloomy night.
All nights are dark, and when it rains, they're gloomy.
I knew it would rain. That's why I wore my raincoat. That's why I took my umbrella.
Your hat and veil are hardly appropriate for the rain.
Oh, this? I put this on in the hallway. I always keep it on the hook by the mirror. I consider it part of my personality. I would feel incomplete without my hat and veil.
No doubt it comes from playing the murderers in so many bad plays.
I have never been in any bad place. A lot of flops, yes, but no bad plays.
You're talking nonsense, Faye.
Have you forgotten my performance in And Then They Were Numb?
First nonsense and now gibberish. I'm not interested in this foolish talk. Have you got it?
You're so hateful.
Have you got it?
Part of it, at least. You're hateful anyway.
Well, I want it all. Should you not wish to stay here in Crimson House, it's entirely up to you, my dear, if it's not worth it.
I did not say that. I need a little more time.
Very well. I shall give you till tomorrow. Noon. Otherwise, you know what will happen.
Hello! Oh, not intruding, am I?
Oh, there you are. Anguish Crispy, my favorite mystery playwright. I was just telling Mrs. Fitzwilliam about how the critics loved me and my performance as the villainess in your famous play. And Then They Were Numb.
Oh, were you in that? Anyway, I'm writing a new play.
Oh, good.
Hopefully there'll be a part in it for young Miss Strange. She can do with the work. She doesn't have any money. You know, acting can be such a nervous profession.
Yes, I'm thinking of calling it Murder in Progress.
Murder in Progress? I like that. I hope the murderer turns out to be a woman. I'm so good at being bad.
Are you sure you were in And Then They Were Numb?
Orchids are peculiar flowers, aren't they?
Why are you studying my orchids?
I'm not studying your orchids, Mrs. Fitzwilliam. I'm studying what's on them.
On them?
Bugs!
Oh.
Bugs?
No. Bugs on orchids are quite interesting. What attracts them to orchids? That's what I'm trying to find out. You know, most orchids, they don't have a scent. Like this one.
I'm afraid that's a misconception, Mr. Pelgrave. Most orchids do have a scent, sometimes quite pungent and overpowering.
Yes, you're absolutely right, Mrs. Fitzwilliam. In my famous play, Crime After Crime, or Who Murdered Herbert Fitch, you see, the killer actually had the poison in a glass of iced tea, and you know what happened is they squashed a rare Amazon orchid. Yes.
Fascinating.
Yes, you see. And what happened was they sniffed the ice cubes, thus identifying the murder weapon.
Orchid juice.
Yes.
Orchid juice? Now that's a clever weapon. You're so inventive, Miss Crispy.
I don't want some of that at all. I do hope it doesn't give anyone here any ideas.
It is a thought.
Beg pardon, Mrs. Fitzwilliam.
What is it, Jeeves?
I'm afraid there has been a disappearance.
A disappearance? Who?
Not who, madam. What?
Whatever are you babbling about?
Who says a loaf of French bread has gone missing?
French bread?
Yes. It was on the table, on the dining room table, next to the imperial margarine. Now it's gone.
Obviously, it's been misplaced.
Oh, don't be silly. One doesn't just misplace a loaf of French bread. Perhaps someone ate it.
The whole loaf?
Yesterday, a pot pie went missing from the refrigerator.
Oh, it's hardly the crime of the century.
It was all beef, no vegetables. And last week, someone drank a half a bottle of milk and left it out in the back stoop by the back door where it went sour, and not even the cat would touch it.
Well, if there's no French bread for dinner, put out some crackers.
No French bread for dinner? It's a scandal. That's what it is. It's a scandal. I should give my notice.
Poor old Jeeves, his mind does
one day it shall wind us so far it may never come back.
Time for dinner?
There's no French bread.
Oh, been to the library again, Mrs. Russell. You're becoming quite the scholar.
The house doesn't have television, and I'm not much for listening to the radio. Reading helps pass the time.
I do wish you would have told me that your husband was arriving this evening instead of tomorrow morning.
What difference does it make?
Oh my, well the maid needs to put out fresh towels and clean linens. It's quite a lot of preparation that goes into a new boarder at Princeton House. And besides, Jeeves doesn't like surprises.
Unopened oyster crackers.
Jim, are you calling?
How's that?
Jeeves! Whom are you calling? I just love the way Mrs. Fitzwilliam talks. What kind of word is whom? Whom? Reminds me of tomb.
You, Mr. Palgrave, are a strange young person. And I will thank you not to pluck orchids or any other bit of flora from my garden. If you wish to study your bugs, I suggest you go out into the garden and play in my dirt.
But it's raining outside. I can't catch bugs in the rain.
Then wait until morning.
Yeah, smart thinking.
I'll call some other time.
I'm sorry, I wasn't being rude, Mrs. Russell. I simply wish to ascertain if the call was a local one.
Oh, that's another good word. Ascertain. It's like when you put on an insect bite again.
Oh, there you go again, Mr. Palgrave, talking about bugs.
Delivery!
Now what?
It's that delivery person again. In and out, out and in, all hours.
Where was you delivering this time?
Where do you want it?
Don't tell me, let me guess. It's a pizza.
You got it. One bologna pizza with pineapple chunks and coconut. Heavy on the poppy seeds.
It's my butler, Jeeves. He's always ordering things. He orders and forgets.
Well, I can't stand here holding this all night. It drips. And I've got other deliveries to make.
How is it that you're delivering pizzas? I thought you only delivered flowers and boxes of fruit.
Oh, the speedy delivery service will deliver anything. Our motto is, don't quiver, we deliver. Day and night.
You know, I really must do something about Jeeves. This absolutely cannot go on.
Dinner is served.
I suggest we all go in.
He ordered the pizza.
Here you go, Pops. Enjoy.
Pops, what is this?
It's the pizza you ordered.
That's extraordinary. I don't like pizza. I never eat pizza. Where's the French bread?
If you don't want the pizza, why don't you put it in the freezer?
That's a great idea, miss. I'll put it in the freezer.
Jeeves,
Yes, miss.
the freezer's in the kitchen. You don't want to put the pizza in the garden.
Why, of course not. Who ever heard of putting the pizza in the garden? I'll put it in the kitchen. What a crazy thing.
Mrs. Russell,
Who are you?
I'm Hercules Porter, the famous Hoboken detective.
Hercules Porter, the famous Hoboken detective.
I just said that.
A moment ago, I just dialed your number. I've been trying to get you all day. Why don't you have an answering service?
Whatever you have to say, you can say to me in person.
I have nothing to say to you except this. I am no longer in need of your services.
What's that?
I just told you. It's a woman's prerogative to change her mind.
It's probably less here than meets the private guy. Let me scan your file.
Please stop saying that.
What? According to this report, you suspect your husband is being blackballed?
Blackmail?
That's right. Blackmail.
It's a mistake. I overreacted.
He's been drawing out large sums of moolah from your joint bank account.
I have a vivid imagination. Sometimes it gets out of hand. Simply because a man draws out large sums from the bank, there's no reason to suspect blackball.
Blackmail.
You
enough until the case has been solved.
But you haven't been hired.
A minor detail. I need a motive. I need a crime.
Imagine that. Why don't you go to your room?
I'm Hercules Portage, the famous Hoboken Friday Night.
I'm not impressed.
You hear me? I need a victim. I need a clue. I'm not just another one, this penny and he don't
You
you.
said it.
I'm Hercules Portage, the famous Hoboken Friday Night. Your son's husband is a successful TV expletive, is he not?
Leon is on television, yes. But he's not an expletive. He's an executive.
Huh, so you're right. My eyes are going bad. Perhaps I should see an octopus.
I wish you would see yourself to the front door. That's what I wish.
In due time, Mrs. Russell. In due time. I need a body.
Don't look at me.
A live dead body. And maybe then you will see. I'm Hercules Portage, the famous Hoboken Firelight.
I need an aspirin. I need a drink.
You need to keep it quiet, sister, and let me think.
I know that Hercules Porridge, the famous Hoboken brother.
You said you made to give up a lovely penthouse apartment, complete with microwave, and move into a dump of a hotel. Where is this dump?
You're in it. This is it. Crimson House. But your foot is in the wastebasket.
Oh, so my gum got stuff. It's all clear to Hercules Porridge.
What's clear?
That your first impression was right. Nobody gives up a lovely penthouse apartment and moves into a low-rent hotel without good reason. Ipso facto, blackmail. No need to worry, I'm on your side. It's in the bag and money, you'll be glad when you can fly. In Hercules Portage, the famous Hoboken Friday. I'm Hercules Portage.
The man belongs to storage.
I'm Hercules Portage, the famous Hoboken Private Eye. The Hoboken Private Eye. The Hoboken Private Eye. That's me.
Crimson House isn't inexpensive. It costs a lot of money to stay here. A small fortune.
Food must be good, huh?
It's dreadful. The only advantage is that you can lose weight.
Who was that?
Who?
Some character with a pizza box.
That must have been Jeeves. He's the butler.
Places like this still have butlers. I didn't know they existed outside of history stories.
He's forgetful.
Like my father.
Your father?
Yes, my father. Hercules Portage, the famous Hoboken detective. Oops.
You mean you're not Hercules Portage?
I am Hercules Portage. Junior.
Junior!
Pops has been on vacation. His nerves are shot. He needs his rest. I've been taking his cases.
You might have said something before I first called.
One Hercules Portage is as good as another.
How many cases have you solved?
This would be my first. But don't be too hasty to discharge me.
You really think my first impression was correct?
Count on it. Let me speak to your husband. That ought to clear things up.
Well, he's not here right now. Jeeves!
He went outside with pizza.
Oh, what am I thinking of? That poor man. He has no sense of direction. He's looking for the freezer. He might wander off. Jeeves! Jeeves, come back! Come back, Jeeves! You've gone away yet! Jeeves, come back!
So I see. You, I take it, are Mr. Russell. We weren't expecting you until morning.
You wouldn't happen to have a shoehorn handy, would you?
We'll see. Follow me. We'll see what we can do.
You're on.
What happened to the lights?
What do you think has happened? They've gone out.
Oh, they'll be back on. It's the rain.
Oh, this old house is such a nuisance. Where's Jeeves?
Who knows?
Who cares?
Anybody got a flashlight?
Well, that's an intelligent suggestion. And who are you?
This is Mr. Russell.
Penny, cousin, we've been expecting you.
I have a flashlight.
Well, then, for goodness sakes, use it.
Will do.
Where's the fuse box?
In the basement.
Then why are we in here?
It appears we have an uninvited guest.
Yes, but who is it?
Well, he didn't make a reservation.
Oh, that's better. The lights. Why doesn't he answer?
What's the matter with him?
You there? Who are you?
Hold the wastebasket.
Wastebasket? What do I want with a wastebasket?
Poor Jeeves, he's really lost this time. I think we ought to organize a search party.
We've got more important things to worry about.
Like what?
This corpse is dead.
Dead!
And unless my instincts stink, he's been murdered.
Calm yourself, my dear.
You don't understand. That man in the chair. He's my husband.
Sure.
Of course I'm sure. Don't you think I know your husband?
Then who are you?
Oh, yes, this is Hercules Forrest, the famous Hoboken detective, except you don't look like you.
You have nothing to fear. Hercules Porridge is back on the case.
Back on the case. What do you mean back on the case? What case?
Murder at Crimson House. What next? There's a killer in our midst who has struck with an iron fist. We may all be on his list. I have a hunch this man or woman is upset and awfully mad. 5 to 10 is an inside job. All I want to know is who done it? Who done it? What vile wicked villain could commit this awful crime? Who done it? Who done it? We've got to keep our heads and think together all the time.
What terrible misfortune has befallen us tonight?
This weather and this house are giving me an awful fright. It's an open need to warning.
Madam, it's all in your head.
What am I going to put this down to? We all are dead.
Dead! Dead!
That's a bunch of malarkey. We've just got to keep our wits about us, that's all.
Who done it? Who done it? We hate to seem upset, but there's a killer on the loose. Who done it? Who done it?
What do you suggest? I know that asking for a truce.
Let's have no more discussion. We shall leave without delay.
If we don't get out by now, there surely be a price to pay. We never should have come. I see it cursing this one's eye.
You wait another moment, we will almost surely die.
Die! Die!
Who done it? Who done it? Was by a wicked villain who commit this awful crime? Who done it? Who done it? You'll always stay put and no one get it out of line. I got a funny feeling that we're running out of time. You said he was supposed to arrive this morning. You said he called up and said he would arrive early. Is that right?
That's right. Is it important?
Everything's important on a case like this.
Poor Mrs. Russell. So young, so tragic. And who is it, Shirley?
Who's Shirley?
The maid.
Better write that down. Maid's name is Shirley.
Hello.
May I help you?
Can you tell me where to find Mr. Palegrave?
You mean Mom?
Mark Palegrave. Yes, he's a guest here, is he not?
Definitely. He's been here for months. I'm Rebecca Fitzwilliam. I own Princeton House.
You a friend of Mr. Palegrave's?
I am.
Okay. Friday afternoon, one visitor for Mr. Palegrave. Not bad looking. What's your name, Sugar?
Whatever my name is, it isn't Sugar. Who is this?
I'm Hercules Porridge.
Porridge? You mean like cream of wheat?
He's the famous Hoboken detective.
Never heard of him.
Never?
I've never heard of him either, till the unfortunate event.
What unfortunate event?
Oh, the news is all over the neighborhood.
He was sitting in that chair.
You mean Mark Palegrave?
The deceased.
Mark Palegrave is deceased.
Most likely murdered.
Murdered? Oh, this is terrible news. I'd better sit down.
Not there! I may want to touch the fingerprints.
That's where we found him. It was dark. What a night! What a night!
Oh, this is...
He's not a brat left in yet.
Oh, dear, this is such terrible news. Oh, Mark. Oh.
What, Mrs. Fitzwilliam? I trap a spider mite and a mealybug. Both rare specimens indeed.
Not as rare as you, Mr. Palegrave.
Alive!
Of course I'm alive. What are you doing here, Bridget? Want to see a spider mite?
I do not want to see a spider mite. These people said you were dead. They told me you were probably murdered.
Murdered? Me? I mean,
I'm afraid you misunderstood, my dear.
The corpus delectable was not Mr. Palegrave.
It was Betty's husband. Miss Moriarty used to work for me.
Oh, nice.
Is there somewhere we can talk in private?
I guess we can go out to the garden. We can trap bugs while we talk.
How romantic.
Idiot.
You know, no one's ever died in this room before.
Win some, lose some. Tell me about your hotel.
Well, it's a boarding hotel. Sort of a cross between a boarding house and a wayside inn.
That's not what I mean. Why is it called Crimson House? The house is blue.
Well, when you stare straight up from the bottom of the hill, the house appears red.
I get it. It's like an optical delusion.
You know, I simply don't understand, Mr. Porch. You were here before the murders took place. Who hired you?
Confidential. Can't tell you. How long has Cook worked for you?
What do you ask?
Well, her bacon tastes like the inside of an old tennis shoe. Instead of toast, I got a carrot stick, and her coffee was so heat it wouldn't even stain my shirt.
Being that you're not a paying guest, I'll overlook your complaints. Now, I suspect it was Mrs. Russell who hired you.
That wouldn't make any sense, now would it? I was here before the corpus delectable showed up.
Yes, but why would it make sense?
If I was here before the corpus delectable showed up.
She could have hired you for another reason.
You're a fast thinker. You should write mystery stories.
You confuse me with English Crispy. If anyone can make sense of all this, it's Miss Crispy.
Thank you so much for your confidence in me.
Yes, what is it?
You Mrs. Rebecca Fitzwallace?
There's no one here by that name.
Then who are you?
I'm Mrs. Rebecca Fitzwilliam.
Fitzwilliam Fitzwallace. What's the difference?
They spell differently.
And who are you?
Hercules Porridge.
The famous Hoboken detective.
The same.
Who are you trying to kid? You look nothing like Hercules Porridge. Why, you're young enough to be his son.
I am his son. I'm Junior.
Won't be easy to live up to a name like Porridge.
This isn't getting us anywhere. Who are you?
Detective Bobby. City Police. This year is my partner, Officer Mulligan.
And Detective Bobby is my partner.
Well, won't you have a seat, Detective Booby?
It's Bobby. Detective Bobby. Not Booby.
Detective Bobby gets very upset when citizens call him Booby.
I can't imagine why.
You know what, I will say, it's been a tough morning.
Not there! That's where we found him.
I might want to ask for fingerprints.
Fingerprints.
And why would you want to do that, Porridge?
My guts tell me that Leon Russell was murdered.
You private detectives all think alike. Got a perfectly ordinary case of heart failure and you want to turn it into a murder. What a meatball.
You said it, Bobby. What a meatball.
Is that what it was? Heart failure?
It's my guess.
Then why are you and Officer Mulligan here?
It's all routine.
I'd like to speak with Mrs. Russell.
Jeeves? Jeeves? Would you go upstairs?
Yes, madam.
And get Mrs. Russell, please?
Upstairs and get Mrs. Russell. Right away, Mrs. Fizzlestick.
Fitzwilliam, Jeeves. Fitzwilliam.
Whatever, sir. Upstairs.
Upstairs.
Miss Russell. Which way again?
That way.
Certainly. Right away.
I take it he works here?
He gets lost here, is what you mean.
He's the butler.
But you won't take much out of him. He's got a mind like a cobweb.
Hello in there! What ho!
No, who is that?
I'm afraid that could be my neighbor.
It looks like some old geezer with a rifle.
Oh my, it is my neighbor. It's Colonel Chutney. Now, he's quite eccentric, and he thinks it's 1880. He thinks he's in England. And please, he gets a bit nervous, so don't aggravate him.
Gotcha.
Neighbor is Colonel Chutney, a nutcase.
Hi-ho, one and all. Fine day for a constitutional, eh? Nothing like a brisk walk for one's health. Good Queen Victoria, that's her. Advocates exercise for the liver.
And onions.
I am afraid you've come at a bad time, Colonel.
Bad time? What on earth are you talking about, old girl?
A gentleman died in this house last evening.
Shot down by some treacherous bandit, no doubt. The heels are fuller than the swine. I shall inform Calcutta. They'll send in troops to put down the uprising.
You better underline that case.
In red pencil.
'Twas a good hunt, Rebecca. Look what I brought you for ding-ding.
What is it, Colonel?
With first light, I said to myself, good day for hunting, Chutney. Have a bet, old boy, shoot something.
Say, you got a license for that rifle?
Don't need one, sir. I'm a retired officer in Her Majesty's Royal Army. Royal Monster Fusiliers. They call me Hawkeye Chutney. When I squeeze the trigger, I never miss.
What is it, Colonel?
This little bird was sitting on a log in my duck pond. I said to myself, Tommy, be a good neighbor. Bag this bird for Rebecca.
Oh, how thoughtful.
What kind of bird is it, Colonel?
I don't know, but I'll wager it stays.
Jeeves,
Yes, madam.
Colonel Chutney has brought us a chicken.
Chicken, madam.
More like a cuckoo bird.
Take it to cook. Tell her to make me a sandwich. Ask her to hold the mail.
Right away, madam.
We'll have the autopsy report in a few hours. Like I said, someone had a heart attack and croaked. No need to make a federal case out of it.
Nonsense! It was hill bandits, I tell you. They're bloodthirsty lot of swine.
Colonel Chutney, please.
Silence, booby! I am hereby forming a militia. You will all be sworn in, and we will henceforth be known as Chutney's Fighting Ragtime Band.
It's Bobby, Colonel Chutney. Bobby. And I must protest.
Speak out of turn again, boy. I'll have you arrested for insubordination. Look out, Parliament, we're a-coming, marching across that London bridge. Don't blow a note till you see you running, straight up to the highest bridge. We're rooting to the Tower of London, around that tap and all being ready. Oh, in Westminster Tower, marching step back home again. Right out the band, rooting, I'm in command, around tap tap, let's take a stand. Boom boom boy, Chutney's Fighting Ragtime Band. And when all of London is in a rout, we'll sail to India. We'll march on into old Calcutta, charge right through that Taj Mahal. We'll root to rat tat tim boom bang, wherever hip tally bloody ball. Drag out the band, I'm in command. Rat-tat-tat, let's take a stand. Boom, boom, boy, it's Chutney's Fighting Ragtime Band. Rock up the band, it's hand to hand. Rat-tat-tat, let's take a stand. Boom, boom, boy, it's Chutney's Fighting Ragtime Band. Rock up the band, it's hand to hand. Rat-tat-tat, you're looking grand. Boom, boom, boy, it's Chutney's Fighting Ragtime Band. It's Chutney's Fighting Ragtime Band, yeah!
No offense, Colonel Mustard, but I've got work to do.
Didn't you tell the butler to take the chicken to the cook?
I did.
Then why is he going to the potting shed?
He'll realize his mistake in time.
Jeeves ain't much when it comes to a roadmap.
I shall leave at once for the Foreign Office. I will file reports about the hill bandits, the swine.
You do that, Colonel.
You have nothing to fear, Rebecca. Colonel Hawkeye Chutney is on the case.
My goodness, that man shouldn't be allowed out without a leash.
There, you'll be all right. I wish you'd stop babying me. But you've had a terrible experience. There's no need to remind me.
There's Mrs. Russell now.
Good.
Sit here, Mrs. Russell. This is Detective Bobby and Officer Mulligan.
If you have any questions, I'll do the best I can to answer them.
I appreciate your cooperation. I'll be brief.
Penny's so brave. She reminded me of the character I once played in. Winners and wins, there's a murder. I played the part of an axe murderess.
The butler has left the potting shed. I can't seem to see the rubber chicken.
I understand you made the identification. Did your husband have a history of heart problems? I figured he came in here and took a seat because he wasn't feeling so hot.
And then he kicked the bucket.
Kick the bucket!
Kick the bucket? What a crude thing to say. I'm so sorry. You just ignore that police creature, Mrs. Russell. He has no heart.
What I say? What I say?
Oh, here, Penny. I've made you a nice cup of tea. It will make you feel better.
kind of you, Miss Crispy. I couldn't swallow it. Not a drop. All I wanted to do was go back to my penthouse apartment and forget this terrible event at Crimson House.
Murder is hard to drop from memory.
Murder? Who said anything about murder?
What's Junior Porter doing here?
I asked for his assistance, or rather, his father's assistance, but I am no longer in need of his services.
In that case, Hercules, pack your duds and get lost. You private detectives only water the mud.
Water the mud? Oh, you have a colorful way of turning phrase.
I don't have any duds to pack.
Anything else, Detective?
I'd like you to stick around until the autopsy report comes in.
I understand.
The butler has gone back to the potting shed. I'm never wrong about my guts, and my guts smell murder.
I want you out of this house, and I want you out now.
Boy, T-Boo.
Delivery! Where to go in it?
Oh, don't tell me another pizza. Dear, what is...
Well, it's not a pizza. It's a box of chocolates. Imported. All the way from Cleveland.
Dear, I don't know what you will deliver next. Take it to cook in the kitchen. She'll know what to do with it.
Will
And then,
do.
Please go out the back way. We're awfully busy here.
Will do. But I might as well just move in.
It's my butler, Jeeves. He keeps ordering things and forgetting about them.
Good news! He's found the chicken.
If you'll excuse me.
She is holding up magnificently. Such courage, such bravado. I wonder if she'd like to borrow one of my black veils. It's a shame Dr. Throwback is no longer in practice.
Who's Dr. Throwback?
I told you to get lost. I'll ask the question. Who's Dr. Throwback?
A psychiatrist.
Oh, the last thing Mrs. Russell needs is a psychiatrist.
Aren't you even going to dust for fingerprints?
That does it. Mulligan,
Sir.
take Mr. Porch to the front door and kick him out.
All right, I get it. But I'm never wrong about my guts, and my guts smell murder. And your guts are going to be spilled all over the place. Detective Bobby has a short temper.
And it's getting shorter.
What do cops know?
I won't trouble you folks any longer. Have a nice day.
Detective Booby.
It's Bobby. You know, never mind.
Detective Bobby, watch out! A flying chicken!
And here's your sandwich meat.
I sure hope there'll be a funeral, Mr. Russell. I'm so fond of funerals.
That was a stupid thing to do, Faye, mentioning the name of Dr. Throwback.
I didn't mean to say it. It just slipped out.
It's almost noon. Do you have the rest of my rent money?
I'll have it, never fear.
I'm not worried, my dear. You're the one who should be worried. And your rent, English?
Don't I always? $1,000 a week for rent.
It's a fair price to stay at Crimson House.
Yes, well, I have my checkbook in my hand, but I give the dining room.
Look, come along, Faye. Let's all go have a nice cup of tea and a little chat, just like old friends. And Faye, bring the children.
One of these days, there's going to be a murder in this house.
Shh. She'll hear you.
You won't get away with this.
Want to bet?
You're a crook. That's what you are.
I've come to the right place, haven't I? Crimson House. You're one to talk.
Keep your voice down.
Give me any orders.
I always thought you were a nice secretary.
I am a nice secretary. I'm a nice secretary who knows what she's doing and knows what she wants.
I shouldn't be this upset. I know well.
I know what you're planning. When your father discovers that you've embezzled over $1 million from the family business, you're going to take a nervous breakdown.
You're wicked, that's what you are!
That's why you wear those stupid clothes, so everyone will believe you've gone mad. I can help you, Mark.
How?
I'm in charge of the accounting department now. I can juggle the books and no one will be the wiser. You have hidden the money, haven't you?
Have I?
I want a share. A big share.
And what if I don't agree?
I'll inform the police.
You wouldn't dare!
Wouldn't I? Think of the scandal, the shame, the publicity. You'll be ruined, Mark. Ruined. Oh!
You think I'm the one that hired her? I created a Frankenstein monster, yes! That's what I've done! I'm the one person that can destroy me! What am I going to do?
Who screamed?
Who's that?
Oh, I don't know who it is, but he's wearing one of my lampshades.
It's Hercules Porridge!
I don't want to alarm anyone, but this corpse is dead.
Another one?
Are you positive?
There's a poison dart sticking out of her neck. I know that poison.
What is it?
It comes from the Amazon. It's poisonous orchid juice.
Orchid juice?
Yes, just like my book, Crime After Crime, or Who Murdered Herbert Fish.
You're right. It's like a page torn from life, or in this case, a page torn from death. But the question is not who murdered Herbert Fish. The question is, who murdered Bridget Moriarty?
Who's Bridget Moriarty?
Who done it?
I don't know who did it, but you know it wasn't the butler. Anyone seen my runaway chicken?
Who done it? Who done it? What by a wicked feeling through forgiveness of all crime? Who done it? Who done it? We got to keep our heads and stick together all the time. What terrible misfortunes have befallen us tonight?
Who's murder in this house of giving me an awful right?
We should have come, we should have kissed and said goodbye.
If we stay another moment, we will all surely die! Die!
Die! Who done it? Who done it? We shouldn't have to be here. It's an omen, it's a sign. Who done it? Who done it? You'll always stay put and no one dare get out of line. I got